Okay, you're welcome back. You're still watching the Zoe Morning Show, and we're having a nice time on Body of Christ segment on the show. And we have Saint Tom, and I want to call him Saint Tom. I'll be asking him why Saint Tom. And yesterday when we were chatting, I was like, this young man, maybe something inspired that, so we were getting into that. But Facebook, Nicholas Lebois comes to say that Shalom, man of God. Nicholas, shalom to you too. He says, you have already made my day. God bless you. Nicholas, thank you so much, and we bless God for your life that this is making your day. Daniel Estley also said, Shalom, man of God. Man of God, shalom as well. And spoken word, expositor of the word of God, and Saint Tom. Why Saint Tom? There is one that you have loved there. It means that it's deep.
It's deep, but it's not deep. Yes, I often get that a lot of times, especially when I hit new territories with my craft. So, and they ask me why is it Tom, and I tell them, they should go back to the Bible. I tell them this is a New Testament revelation saint, not a Catholic revelation saint.
Goodness, a New Testament revelation saint. Okay.
Yes. Do you know that you're equally a saint?
Yes, I am.
The Bible calls us saints. When you read Ephesians chapter 4, verses 11, 12, it says that, and he gave some apostles, some prophets, some evangelists, some pastors, and some teachers and pastors, for the perfecting of the saints. The word perfecting over there comes from the Greek word katartismos, which actually means repair. For the repairing of the saints, meaning the saints are not people who are dead and have been purified, or the saints are not people who ought to be deified. They are people who are undergoing perfection. And I saw that revelation and I said, oh, this is me. God is working on me.
My guy, I get it. I don't have to die to be a saint. Once I'm alive as a child of God, I'm a saint.
Yeah, saint.
But with the Catholics, like you said, you have to die, then they call you Saint Thomas, Saint so and so. Exactly. But for us, the New Testament revelator, you are a living saint. Wow. We want to get some live feel of St. Tom in the studios. And if you just joined us, you're watching the Zoe Morning Show. This is the Body of Christ segment, and we're talking about a special gift. And this young man is blessing our generation today, and many are coming to terms with him. Like he just explained, he's realized that he's a living saint, and so he's called St. Tom. And I don't know if you're ready for us.
Yeah, sure.
You are. Yeah. All right. So viewers, let's get St. Tom, serve us with something live on TV. Yes, you can feel free. Okay, you can feel free.
So I can start.
Yes.
So, see, I go forth before you unto Calvary, that I might set you free from your misery, to redeem you from your calamity and your carnality, freely give away my liberty for your emancipation from mental slavery, that you may walk out of your spiritual poverty and see I give away my righteousness and action for your lasciviousness, your sexual profanity, proclivity, perversity, your promiscuity, the obscenity of your immorality. Yes, you fornicators and masturbators, such an adulterous and a godless generation, hypocrites and liars, crucifying truth and glorifying pretense. The pretense, prison is sentenced to death and hell, and it's so intense. Your days are numbered, your ways are numbered, your deeds to be remembered, just as your sins, since they want, are to be remembered. Re-crucifying the Son of God afresh. Repent or perish. It was but yesterday you complaining, Hosanna, Hosanna. And now you complaining, and now you disdaining, and now you yelling, Mole, Mole, Gile, Gile. Young man. The way that you have lived, L-I-V-E-D, is a reflection of the nature of the Father, the devil, D-E-V-I-L. And until you cease from mirroring the ways of your past evil, E-V-I-L, you shall not live, L-I-V-E, for see I pick up my cross and descend up the hills of Calvary, that I might wipe away the darkness of your past and present, and present you all precious presents before the presence of my Father, and anchor your hope for a brighter future. A future that eats into eternity. Sons of darkness, sons of light to become, sons of love, the will of the Father to be done. For greater love had no man than this, that a man should lay down his life for his friends. And to be more emphatic, enemies. And was it 30 pennyworth of silver pieces that was cheaply given in action for such an eternal treasure? But deuces, For you and I were the purchase goods of that divine transaction. Catalasso, Catalage, the reconciliation, the Garden of Eden reinstated at the Garden of Gethsemane. Love, divine love, so excelling and amazing grace, none the like that Christ should die for you and I. For greater love had none than that a king so righteous forsake the honor and majesty of his kingdom above, to forsake the dominion of his throne up, to be thrown down and stamped underfoot by men. You and I. For greater love had none than that a king so innocent forsake the demands of rights and justice, to be forsaken by his father and forsaken by his sinful, guiltful servants, and to die for their own sake, for God's sake, mercy. Yet all of these have been consigned under grace, that you and I will walk in the fullness of holiness and righteousness and blessedness of life everlasting. Yet we have all dishonor, a king's slave, a king slain, the King of Kings made subject to his subjects and subjected to death and murdered at our own hands, you and I. Yet behold agape, behold the timeless, endless, dateless love of God. This love is boundless. Agape, behold the fearless, fretless, restless love of God. This love is reckless. Agape, that the innocent should take the spot of the guilty and be stripped naked of his glory. Agape, love so true, love so sure, love so pure, love so sparkling, spotless and perfect, it blinds the intellect. The cross, the foolishness of divine wisdom. The cross, the unreconcilable reconciliation, the most blessed curse. The cross, I'm made a fool for love. Agape, and kill me with hate, yet I'll die for your love. And irrespective of your respective perspectives. One fact that cannot be denied. This love is deep, deeper than love. Thank you.
Wow. Saint Tom. God, God bless you.
God bless you.
This is already, I mean, a preaching tape we can be playing around.
Exactly. To be honest with you, these are words that God inspired me to give to the world this Easter.
Exactly.
For us to reflect on the love of God. You know, I haven't understood the love of God until now.
Until now?
Yes. I thought I was writing a piece to actually educate the people. I thought I was writing a piece to send out a message to the people.
Right.
Not knowing God was actually
explaining his love to you.
To actually transform me and reform me.
Amazing.
Honestly.
Amazing. I'm sure somebody also watched the tape or you get to hear you speak like this and they will get to understand what the love of God really means. Like you mentioned, agape made a fool for love. Of course, I mean, Christ became cursed that you and I might be. Wow. We're having a nice time here with Saint Tom.